Good morning, it's Karen, and this is my November to be read. October felt both really long and really short at the same time, and it was one of those months where I started so many different books, and things weren't settling properly. I just didn't feel inspired by any of them. And you know an audiobook isn't great when another one comes in as a hold and you'd rather listen to that one. So I had a lot of misses, unfortunately. So here's hoping November is going to be great. I have a number of books that I'm still in the middle of. I am in the middle of Storm. I'm not very far in, but I am really enjoying this. This is the world through the eyes of a storm and how every person experiences the storm differently. I'm in the middle of The Place of the Lion. I'm about, looks halfway through, and I'm also really enjoying this one. This is my second read of this one. It is Platonic Ideals Come to Life in an English Countryside Village. It is so much fun, and I can definitely see why a lot of people recommend this as an entry book to read any Charles Williams. I am also on hold for a lot of things. Here is a brief look at my holds list. For example, I got a skip the line for The Tainted Cup. I got about 20% in and then I had to return it, so I'm still on hold for that one. So here's hoping that one comes in for November and I get to finish it because I'm really enjoying that one. All right, on to the jars. Here we go. If you are new here, I have 3 different jars, each different tier rankings. The first jar I have is called the Dragon Jar, and these are the books that I most want to read right now. I do change the contents of this maybe 3 or 4 times a year so that it keeps it fresh. So it's not like it's the same 10 books from the beginning of the year. I definitely move them about. Here we go. Blue, science fiction or historical. This is God Whale. Okay, yes. Let me go get it. I'm super excited for this one. This one came in at my local bookstore. I ordered it in special because this intrigued me. I'm on a bit of a whale kick after reading Whale Fall by this author, and then also Whale Fall by this author. And last year, 2 years ago, I read Moby Dick. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is about a cyborg whale where it's part whale, part robot, floating in space. Sounds fascinating, and I can't wait to delve into this one. This one is part of my classic science fiction goals for the year, and it's been on my bucket list for years. So let's do this one. Usually we do 2 out of my priority jar, especially since it's November. So here we go, second pick. Oh, okay. This is Lion in the Valley. I also own this one. Okay, well, this is fun. This is the 4th book in this series. This is Amelia Peabody. She is an Egyptologist. She is an expert in the field. She is a nobody can cross me type of gal. She is full-on academic. She is so funny. I cannot tell you how funny this series is. There is a lot of physical comedy and just hilarious things that happen throughout these. First one being The Crocodile on the Sandbank. I would highly recommend that to you if you love mysteries and with a Egypt kind of twist to it. As 1895 to 96 season promises to be an exceptional one. That tells you about when it's set. So I'm looking forward to this one. This one has been on my list for a long time. Let's do, this is my Prince jar. These are my second choice type books. So ones that I want to read sooner rather than later, but I haven't yet forgotten about. All right, another science fiction. This is, ooh, Okay, wow. This is Arabella, Traitor of Mars. This is the finale of the Arabella series. I'll put it here. Starting with Arabella of Mars. This is as if there was no vacuum in space and we could ride ships like we do on the ocean. And it's, I think, Napoleonic era. I might be wrong about that. But that gives you kind of a sense of the era. It's very swashbuckling. So this is going to be a really fun November. Let's do one more. Okay, I'm going to show you what it is. This is The Underground Library by Jennifer Ryan. I'm actually going to not read this one. I just finished reading a Jennifer Ryan, and I'm feeling a little tanked out on her right now. So I'm actually going to draw a different one. It's my game. I can do what I want. Fun. Okay. It Devours. When it first came out, the podcast Welcome to Night Vale was among my top listening podcasts. And since then, I've sort of fallen off the bandwagon, but they published, the producers, Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner, produced a number of books. I read the ones that were the podcast but to text. This one, I think, is a story set in the fictional town of Night Vale, where all creepy conspiracies exist. So this one's got like a spoopy vibe to it. I think that's the term. So spoopy is like spooky but not scary. So spoopy. Those are teeth. That's terrifying. Okay. My last jar, I call my wild jar, the formal name is Hero's Journey. And these are the ones that I have forgotten about. They're on the TBR, off in the ether somewhere, and these are ones that remind me, hey, do you remember when you put me on my TBR? You need to read me. Don't be too wild. Just be gentle to me. It's November. I already have a ridiculous list. The Sword Defiant. Oh my goodness. I don't remember what this one's about. This is on my list. I know it is. I follow Holly at Holly Reads. I think that's her name. I'll put her here. I think she recommended this one and I put it on my list, and I know I read it and I thought, that sounds fascinating. This is The Sword Defiant. It is a fantasy. I want to say it's a chunker, but I'm not actually sure. So here's hoping that I'm able to put it on hold at least and maybe get it started. Think about how ridiculous my list is, because starting the Hod King, so that's a big one that's going to happen. And this is a bit much. Okay, so, well, you know what? I used to participate in NaNoWriMo and I succeeded. So I'm going to treat this just like NaNoWriMo, and maybe I'm going to aim for a certain amount of pages a day. My name is Karen. I'm the Book Lever Not. I explore all types of books. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Now, I'm only going to do 5-star predictions for the ones that I would be starting in November. So It Devours, I'm going to say 4 stars. 5 stars. 4 stars. Arabella, Traitor of Mars, I'm going to say 5 stars. It's going to be fun. And The Sword Defiant is going to surprise me, and I'm going to say like a 4.5. Come back in December and see how I do.